Chapter 2, Elements of Sun Worship Adopted into Christianity. Many customs born in ancient sun worship quietly entered Christianity, though they stand apart from Scripture. Jeremiah foretold a time when nations would confess, "Surely our fathers have inherited lies," Jeremiah 16:19, and Paul warned that God would allow strong delusion for those who turn from truth, 2 Thessalonians 2:10-11. Among these traditions are Sunday observance, Easter, Christmas, and the cross, each echoing ancient reverence for the sun and heavenly powers. The most significant is Sunday, the day of the sun, scene 1. The true Sabbath. Yahusha, the Messiah, declared all authority was given to him. He kept the seventh-day Sabbath and taught obedience to his Father's commands as the path to life, Matthew 19:17. The Sabbath, the fourth commandment, is a covenant sign between God and his people, Exodus 31:13. Yet centuries later that day was replaced with Sunday, the venerable day of the sun. Scripture gives no command to sanctify Sunday. Even Catholic leaders have long admitted the change came from church tradition, not divine instruction. At the Council of Trent in 1562, the Archbishop of Reggio proclaimed that by changing the Sabbath, the church showed its authority stood above Scripture. How the change came. Rome was drenched in sun worship. The empire honored Mithras, Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun. In 321 Common Era, Emperor Constantine, a devoted sun worshipper, decreed rest on the venerable day of the sun. Later, the Council of Laodicea forbade resting on the Sabbath, commanding instead that Christians must work that day and honor the Lord's day. Thus, the empire's solar devotion became Christian law. Fusion of faiths. Early church thinkers, influenced by Greek philosophy, began calling the Messiah the true sun. Art soon showed him with rays of light, symbols once reserved for the sun god. Gnostic sects rejected the Old Testament and fused scripture with astrology and mysticism. Eusebius, a bishop close to Constantine, admitted, "All things whatsoever that it was duty to do on the Sabbath, these we have transferred to the Lord's day." By the 4th century, the unconquered sun had conquered the church, not through persecution, but through imitation and assimilation. Shadows of the sun. Praying toward the east, condemned by Ezekiel 8:16, also entered Christian practice, justified by claims that Christ was the rising sun. Even centuries later, church leaders warned believers not to confuse Christ with the visible sun, yet the symbols remained halos, the sunburst monstrance, and the term Lord's Day. The faith of the Scriptures was now entwined with the faith of the empire, the promise of restoration. The shift from Sabbath to Sunday was not revelation but compromise. It blended truth with empire, covenant with convenience. Yet the prophetic call still echoes, "The Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath." Isaiah foresaw a day when all who love the name of Yahuwah, Israelite and foreigner alike, will be gathered to his holy mountain. Those who serve him, honor his name, and keep from defiling the Sabbath, holding fast to his covenant, he will bring into his house of prayer and make joyful in his presence. Isaiah 56:6-7. The Sabbath remains a sign of belonging and a promise of restoration, a return to truth before the age closes and the true light shines again from his word, calling his people back to rest in him. Those of you that want to see the full version of this, you can go to the linked video below, and there's a lot longer, more detailed version.